Welcome back to the channel, Barcelona fans. Tonight, all eyes are on Stamford Bridge as Barcelona prepare for a massive Champions League showdown against Chelsea. And we have huge updates coming in, including Hansi Flick's confirmed lineup changes, Pedri's latest injury decision, and why Marc Casado and Frenkie de Jong are now expected to start in a revamped 4-3-3 system. Barca are coming off a strong 2-0 win over Athletic Bilbao, while Chelsea arrive in top form after 3 straight Premier League victories. With Pedri ruled out, Flick is making bold choices, and this match could define Barcelona's European season. Tonight we break down the full 4-3-3 predicted lineup, why Casado and de Jong are key in midfield, how Lamine Yamal and Lewandowski can exploit Chelsea, the latest breaking updates from Flick's press conference, Rafinha's shock comments on his injury relapse. This is everything you need to know before kickoff. Let's dive in. Casado and de Jong to start 4-3-3 Barcelona predicted lineup versus Chelsea. Barcelona will face off against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this Tuesday night as they hope to secure a good result on the road in the UEFA Champions League. The Catalan club managed to earn a solid 2-0 win over Athletic Bilbao recently, which should keep them in good spirits ahead of this game. Hansi Flick will set his players up in a 4-3-3 formation and is expected to make some changes to his first team for this clash. Both Marc Casado and Frenkie de Jong could play from the start of this game. 4-3-3 Barcelona predicted lineup to face Chelsea defense. Joan Garcia will feature in between the sticks for the Catalan club after he kept a clean sheet in his last outing. Pau Cubarsí will resume his partnership with Eric Garcia at the center of the Barcelona backline as they look to keep a good shape at the back during the 90 minutes. Jules Koundé will fill in as the right back, while Alejandro Balde hopes to give a good account of himself on the other side as the left back. Both of them will have to perform their defensive duties well before trying to offer support to their teammates up top. Ronald Araujo will be named on the bench as he offers cover for the defensive positions. Midfield. Frenkie de Jong, Marc Casado and Fermin Lopez will make up Flick's midfield. Their main job would be to retain possession well at the center of the park and engineer some clear-cut chances in the final third. Marc Bernal and Dani Olmo will be available for selection on the bench as they wait for their chance to make an impact in the second 45 minutes if needed. Ferran Torres will try to prove his worth on the left flank, while Lamine Yamal looks to catch the eye as the right-sided wide player. Robert Lewandowski will lead the line for the Catalan club up top. He would be eager to get his name on the scoresheet versus the Blues this week. Rafinha and Diego Fernandez will be named on the bench and might come on to influence the game in the latter stages of the game if Barca are in need of a goal. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick has now made a major decision on Pedri's fitness ahead of the Champions League clash against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this Tuesday. The Blues will be looking to return to winning ways in the Champions League on Tuesday, having been unable to overcome Karabag last time out, drawing 2-2 away at the Azerbaijani side, but they should be heading into the game with renewed confidence. Enzo Maresca's side have put together a good run in the Premier League, winning their last 3 matches without conceding, most recently securing a 2-0 win at Burnley courtesy of goals from Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez. To come here and not concede is very difficult. It's normal to concede something. But overall they only had one real chance. During the game they didn't have any big chances and during the game we had loads of chances. However, the manager will be well aware that Tuesday's opposition will be much tougher, and the West Londoners have now been handed a boost heading into the Champions League encounter. Hansi Flick set to leave Pedri out against Chelsea. According to reports from Spain via Sport Witness, Pedri is now unlikely to travel to London ahead of Tuesday's game, as Flick and his coaching staff believe it is not worth risking the midfielder, who suffered a hamstring injury near the end of October. The 22-year-old is now a serious doubt for the trip to Stamford Bridge, having missed training on Sunday, which will be welcome news for Maresca and co., who need every advantage they can get heading into the game against the reigning La Liga champions. Lauded as amazing by journalist Mohamed Butt, the Barcelona star has been absolutely integral for Barcelona over the past year, regularly displaying his ability to dictate games, set up chances for his teammates and drive the ball forward. Pedri's key statistics. Average per 90, past year. 0.17 80th percentile. Passes attempted. 91.85, 98th percentile. Progressive carries. 3.42, 99th percentile. Successful take-ons. 1.40, 97th percentile. That said, the La Liga side are likely to be just as fearful of Chelsea's midfield, with Fernandes scoring his 5th goal of the season against Burnley at the weekend. while Sky Sports pundit Jamie Redknapp has waxed lyrical about Moises Caicedo this season. Chelsea will feel confident going into Tuesday's clash, especially since this is their first competitive meeting with Barcelona since that 3-0 defeat at Camp Nou back in 2018. With their recent form improving and Barca dealing with multiple injuries, the Blues will believe this is the perfect moment to strike. Meanwhile, Hansi Flick has addressed Barcelona's ongoing injury crisis. Despite growing criticism aimed at the club's medical department, the German coach defended his staff. He admitted that mistakes have been made during the season but made it clear he is not angry with the medical team. Flick insisted they are doing everything they can to get players back to full fitness and that managing minutes correctly will now be crucial to avoid further setbacks. Speaking at a press conference on Monday, the German made it clear he's not angry with his medical staff and thinks they're doing their best to get players back on the pitch after injuries, and the coach says it's now up to him to manage his players' minutes well to make sure they remain fit. I don't read much, but I have read about the injuries that have come out. What I can say is that I'm not angry with our medical staff. We have a fantastic staff with a lot of experience. Regarding Rafinha, in this situation we've made mistakes. We all make them, but that's normal, it's human. Even so, we trust everyone on our staff. The rest is just noise. Hansi Flick spoke carefully about Rafinha's situation, saying that the most important thing is that the winger is finally back on the pitch. He explained that Barcelona will manage Rafinha's minutes very cautiously because suffering 2 injuries in a short period of time is a big concern at this stage of the season. Flick highlighted that the moment Rafinha returned against Athletic Club, everyone could immediately see the difference he brings. His energy, his movement, and the spaces he creates for the team. At the same time, Barcelona's medical staff continues to face criticism, something that has been happening for years. The latest injury problems haven't helped quiet the doubts. Rafinha himself, however, stepped forward and took responsibility for the recent injury setbacks. After a harsh report from The Athletic questioned Barca's medical department, the Brazilian said that part of the blame is on him. He admitted that during his recovery he tried to rush back too soon because he wanted to help the team, and that impatience contributed to both relapses. Rafinha says he regrets some of the choices he made but is now focused on getting back to full fitness the right way. There may have been mistakes, but the truth is I've had 2 relapses of my injury. The first was partly my fault and I think the second was too. I can take responsibility for that because ultimately I do things and if I think they won't help me I should be the first to say no, he told reporters. I take responsibility for the 2 relapses because I wanted to be back on the field as soon as possible to help the team. I made some mistakes and that's why I had those 2 relapses. Rafinha also spoke about how difficult he has found the rehabilitation process this season. I'm trying to get back to 100%. Muscle injuries are tricky after recovery and I've had 2 relapses, he added. I'm trying to find my best fitness level and recover completely so I can get back to giving my all on the field. And everyone is doing their best to speed up the recovery process. The doctors, the physios, everyone. Rafinha was a second-half substitute last time out against Athletic and is set for more minutes against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And that wraps up our full Barcelona vs Chelsea preview. With Pedri officially left out and Hansi Flick reshuffling his midfield, this Champions League clash is shaping up to be one of Barca's toughest tests of the season. The battle between De Jong, Casado, Fermin vs Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez will decide everything. If Barcelona can remain compact, control the midfield and unleash Yamal, Varane and Lewandowski in transition, they have a real chance of leaving Stamford Bridge with a strong result. Before you go, comment below. Do you think Barcelona will win in London tonight? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a Barcelona news update. More breaking team news and reactions coming right after the match.